University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amol Rajan.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge, where two more student teams are ready and waiting to make their first mark on this year's competition. The winners of this match will become the 10th team through to round 2, while the losing team's journey will come to an end tonight unless they can score 155 points or more. The University of Sheffield was one of the first wave of English civic universities founded in major industrial cities in the early 1900s. At one point, it was intended to be the fourth member of Victoria University, a federal university with colleges also in Manchester, Liverpool and Leeds. Except those three all made a bid for independence before Sheffield had a chance to join. Alumni include the chemist Harry Kroto, the author Hilary Mantel and the comedian Munya Chawawa. And it currently boasts around 30,000 students. Let's meet the team representing them tonight.
Hi, I'm Safia Rujak. I'm from Plymouth in Devon and I'm studying history.
Hi, I'm Joseph McGough. I'm from Coventry and I'm studying history and Spanish.
And their captain?
Hello, I'm Cameron Colclough. I'm originally from Sheffield and I'm studying biophysics.
Hi, I'm Matthew Neal. I'm from Blyth in Northumberland and I'm studying philosophy.
Loughborough was one of the colleges of advanced technology granted university status following the Robbins Report of 1963, which argued that university provision should be expanded so that anyone suitably qualified for a place could have one. Today, Loughborough is synonymous with sport. The National Cricket Performance Centre is based there, as are British Swimming and Netball England. Alumni include Tanni Gray-Thompson, Paula Radcliffe and Karen Carney. And remarkably, if it were a country, it would have finished 6th on the medal table at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Let's meet the team representing it in a rather different way tonight.
Hello, I'm James Jones from Luton, Bedfordshire, and I'm studying for a PhD in mathematical sciences.
Hi, I'm Rachel Alvey. I'm from Sutherland in Nottinghamshire, and I'm studying English with creative writing.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Tudor Simmons. I'm from London and I'm studying psychology.
Hi, I'm Milan Campion. I'm from Nottingham and I'm studying for an MSc in Sport Management, Politics and International Development.
This game doesn't have many rules and the few it does have haven't changed in decades. Starter questions are open to all 8 of you, but must be answered individually and on the buzzer. A correct starter question wins your team 10 points and the chance to confer over a set of 3 bonus questions. Fingers on buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. In the singular or plural, what short word links all of the following? The most successful baseball team in the Japan series since 1950, a geological feature said to terminate at the Hebridean island of Staffa, a 1956 film starring James Dean and Elizabeth Taylor, and a bear-like mammal...
Sheffield nail.
Cause?
No, and I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And a bear-like mammal native to Western China.
Loughborough Campion.
Shield.
No, it's giant. Another starter question then. The final part of which novel was serialised in Le Temps on the 22nd of December 1872? Its narrative concludes a day earlier with the arrival of its protagonist at London's Reform Club at 9:15 in the evening.
Sheffield Rujak.
Around the World in 80 Days?
It is Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne, of course, yeah. Your bonuses in Sheffield are on the Caribbean. In each case, name the country in which both the named airport and natural landmark are located. Jose Marti Airport and the Alejandro de Humboldt National Park.
Cuba, maybe? What other Spanish ones are there? Grenada? Cuba sounds good. I don't know. Cuba.
Cuba is correct. Secondly, Grantley Adams Airport and the Scotland District.
Jamaica.
No, that's Barbados. Finally, Norman Manley Airport and the Blue and John Crow Mountains.
That's probably Jamaica. Blue Mountains.
Jamaica.
That is Jamaica, yes. Now the starter question then. Referring to what the Whig historian Macaulay described as the transport of loyalty which had followed the Restoration, what name is commonly used to designate the Parliament that followed the Convention Parliament?
Loughborough Simmons.
Rump Parliament?
No, and I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Of 1660. The term in question is a popular name for those who, during the English Civil War, opposed the Roundheads.
Sheffield McGough.
The Cavalier Parliament?
It is the Cavalier Parliament, yes. Your bonuses in Sheffield are on Arabic dialects. Arabic dialects are often classified into 2 broad types, sedentary and what? The term comes from a word meaning desert dwellers and refers to the nomadic inhabitants of the deserts of the Arab world.
Bedouin.
Correct. Which group of dialects takes its name from the Arabic for west and is spoken across northwest Africa, from Libya to Mauritania?
Maghreb.
Maghreb or Maghrebi, yeah. Influenced by French, English and Turkish, what is the most spoken variety of Arabic with around 100 million people using it in everyday life?
Persian. That's a different language. It has French. Sumerian, Jordanian. Lebanese, maybe? Yeah. Lebanese.
It's Egyptian. Another starter question then. What year saw all of these events? The declaration that smallpox had been eradicated, the de jure independence of Zimbabwe, the release of the arcade game Pac-Man, the US boy...
Sheffield Nail.
1980.
Correct, yes. Your bonuses then, Sheffield, are on art and history. In each case, name the US president whose term in office saw the creation of the following. First, American Gothic by Grant Wood and The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali.
1930s. So FDR or...
FDR copies a greater... Yeah, but who was earlier? So who was only until 1932? FDR.
Bad luck, it's Hoover. Secondly, Masterpiece by Roy Lichtenstein and Andy Warhol's Marilyn Diptych, completed in the year of her death.
Eisenhower.
No, that was JFK, John F. Kennedy. Finally, Crack is Whack by Keith Haring and Tuxedo by Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
That was Ronald Reagan, yes. Picture starter now. And for your picture starter, you'll see a map of the UK with an area highlighted. For 10 points, name it.
Loughborough Campion.
The Wash.
That is the Wash. For your picture starter, you saw a map showing the location of the Wash, the largest site of special scientific interest in the UK. For your picture bonuses then, Loughborough, you're going to see 3 more of the UK's top 10 largest SSSIs, with 5 points for each you can name. First?
Loch Ness.
Loch Ness?
Yeah.
Loch Ness?
That's correct. Secondly?
I think it's or...
Near Lancaster?
Yeah, it's around that.
It's a bit too far north for Lancaster, isn't it?
Could be.
It's like near Lancaster.
Preston.
Forest. Yeah.
Come on.
Forest of Bowland.
Forest of Bowland?
No, it's Morecambe Bay. And finally?
That's the... Well, it's the Humber
That's the
Estuary.
Humber,
So just go...
Humberside?
Humber Estuary.
The Homicide, wouldn't it be?
Triple
Humber
SI,
Estuary.
though. Humber Estuary.
Humber Estuary?
Humber Estuary is correct, yes, well done. Another starter question now. Edmund Olbius, a 12-year-old enslaved person working on the island of Réunion, developed a method for pollinating which orchid? In doing so, he was the first to cultivate the spice it produces...
Sheffield Conclave.
Vanilla.
Vanilla is correct, yes. Well done. Your bonuses, Sheffield, then, are 3 questions on apples in biology. Named after a flowering plant, to which taxonomic family do over 7,000 cultivars of apples belong?
Flowering plant. Angiosperms is flowering plants. That's not a type of... I don't know, do you know any ideas? Pass.
Rose. The name of which organic acid, a major contributor to the flavour of rhubarb, derives from the Latin for apple?
Scorpic, maybe? Yeah. General idea, scopic. What's wrong with it?
I don't know anything else. Something else. So go for it.
Nominate Niall.
Ascorbic acid.
No, it's malic. Finally, in 2010, the first whole genome sequence of an apple to be made publicly available was that of which cultivar, whose name refers to its yellowish skin and sweet flavour?
Yeah.
Golden Delicious.
It is the Golden Delicious, yes, well done. Another starter question then. Coed Fos Las, a new forest planted in the Gwendrath Valley, and Ben Shieldaig, a peak in the Scottish Highlands, are 2 properties owned and managed by which conservation charity? Since its foundation in 1972, the
Loughborough Campion.
The Woodland Trust.
It is the Woodland Trust, yes, well done. Your bonuses then, Loughborough, are 3 questions on football-related terms that entered the OED in 2022. First, named after a Czech footballer who executed it during the 1976 Euro final, what type of penalty kick involves chipping the ball into the centre of the goal as the keeper dives to one side?
Panenka.
Correct. What 10-letter word describes a playing style favoured by German managers in which a team losing the ball exerts immediate pressure to prevent the opposition from capitalising on possession?
Gegenpress.
Correct. Finally, the act of faking a pass and instead dragging the ball behind before moving away in the opposite direction has what 2-word name, referring to a former captain of the Dutch national team?
Cruyff turn.
It is the Cruyff turn, of course, after Johan Cruyff. Another starter question then. The title of Sam Keen's book, The Disappearing Spoon, refers to a spoon made from what metal that, owing to its low melting point, would seem to disappear if placed in a cup of hot tea? The metal was originally...
Sheffield Rujak.
Gallium?
Gallium is correct. Your bonuses then, Sheffield, are 3 questions on rock and pop musicians from the Nordic countries. Born in Gentofte, Denmark, which drummer co-founded the heavy metal band Metallica in California in 1981?
Nominate Matthew.
Lars Ulrich.
Correct. Next, with which Icelandic band did Björk achieve critical acclaim before their breakup in 1992? Their single Birthday topped John Peel's Festive 50 in 1987.
The Sugar Cubes.
Correct. Finally, in 1986, which Norwegian band became the second Scandinavian act to have a #1 single in the UK with The Sun Always Shines on TV?
Aha.
That's correct, yes. Another starter question now. In 2022, which artist said, "It feels good, better than I expected," as he began burning hundreds of his own artworks with an estimated collective value of almost 10...
Sheffield McGough.
Damien Hirst.
Damien Hirst is correct, yeah. Your 3 bonuses, Sheffield, are on classical languages of India. In 2004, what language was the first to be granted classical status by the government of India? Sanskrit received this status in the following year.
Tamil, maybe? Tamil is really old.
Yeah.
Tamil.
It was Tamil. Along with Telugu, which Dravidian language was given classical status in 2008? It is the official language of the southwestern state, whose major cities include Mysore and Bengaluru.
Malayalam, because that's in Kerala, maybe.
Well, Kerala is elsewhere. So,
Yeah.
Nominate Rujak.
Malayalam?
No, it's Kannada. Since 2008, one further Dravidian language has been given classical recognition. What language is it?
Dravidian is, what's that? Is it Urdu, Hindi? Dravidian is down south there, right? So, may as well.
Malayalam again.
Yeah.
Nominate Rujak.
Malayalam?
That one is Malayalam. Well done. Another starter question. In September 2022, which team sealed their second county championship title in 5 years when they beat Yorkshire by 10 wickets inside 3 days?
Loughborough Simmons.
Durham.
No.
Sheffield Colclough.
Sorry.
It was Surrey. Your bonuses then, Sheffield, are on film and television adaptations. Firstly, the screenwriter Andrew Davies noted that adapting Middlemarch was like getting an elephant into a suitcase. He contrasted this with which frequently adapted novel of 1813, stating that the plot works like a Swiss clock.
Jane Austen.
So Pride and Prejudice is 18...
That's what sentence.
Oh.
All right, don't panic. Let's just get yeah.
Pride and Prejudice.
It is Pride and Prejudice. Next, this is a quote. "The less it resembled my book, the better I felt." Which US author said this about the film adaptation of his novel, The Witches of Eastwick?
John Updike, I don't know.
Nominate McGough.
John Updike.
Yeah, it is John Updike. Well done. Finally, my play wasn't written for this box. My play was written for small men locked in a big space. Which Nobel laureate said this of a 1952 play written in French?
Samuel Beckett.
Samuel Beckett, I would say. Written in French.
Yeah, wrote in French, yeah.
Okay.
Samuel Beckett.
It was Beckett, yeah, I'm waiting to get it. Let's take a music starter now. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, name the artist.
Sheffield Rujak.
Girl in Red?
It is Girl in Red, yeah, well done. For your music starter, you heard a track from the debut EP by Girl in Red, often cited as exemplifying an emerging genre of bedroom pop, lo-fi, home-produced music that is typically intimate and introspective. Your music bonuses are from 3 earlier examples of artists recording at home using limited equipment. 5 points for each artist you can name. First, from a debut album of 1994.
Elliot Smith, yeah.
Elliot Smith.
It is Elliot Smith. Secondly, from a 2002 album.
A new day, another morning after. Leaning back on my chair in a greasy street cafeteria.
Yeah. The Streets.
It is The Streets, Mike Skinner, yeah. Finally, from a 2007 debut.
Calvin Harris, yeah.
Calvin Harris.
You listen to a lot of music, don't you? Yeah, that is Calvin Harris. Another starter question then. I need the name of a filmmaker here. The novelist Alex Wheatle, the IRA officer Bobby Sands, and the author and abolitionist Solomon Northup have all been...
Sheffield Male.
Stephen Queen.
It is Steve McQueen, yes. Your bonuses, Sheffield, are on shorter words that can be formed using letters of the word anticlimax. Identify each word from the definition. First, a notionally two-dimensional geometrical object such as a thin layer of tissue, bone or leaf.
Pass.
Lamina. Next, contrasting with the term radial, an adjective used to describe fluid flow in a direction that is parallel to the line of rotation, such as in a turbine.
Dynamic, anticlimax. I don't know. Axion. Axion?
No, it's axial. Bad luck. Finally, a soft magnesium silicate mineral, conventionally assigned a value of 1 on the Mohs scale of hardness.
Talc.
That is talc, yeah, well done. Let's start the question. Plenty of time in it, Loughborough. What two letters begin the names of all of the following? The national currency of Mauritania, a city on the Gulf of Bothnia, sometimes referred to as the capital of northern Finland, the capital of Burkina Faso, and rivers that...
Sheffield McGough.
OU.
That's correct, yeah, as in Ugia, Olu, Ouagadougou and Ouz. Your bonuses then, Sheffield, are on curry dishes. In each case, name the dish from the description. First, why are you looking at her? First, originating in Khorasan, in present-day Iran and Afghanistan. The name of this dish means 2 onions in Persian. It may refer to the use of chopped onions in the base of the curry, as well as crispy fried onions as a garnish.
I don't know what's onions.
Pass.
It's a dough piazza. Secondly, this curry dish typically involves meat, fish or vegetables stir-fried in a thick sauce with green chilli peppers. Its name comes from the Bengali for hot fry.
Jalfrezi.
It is jalfrezi, yeah. Finally, said to have been invented by a Pakistani cook in Birmingham, this popular curry's name may derive from the Bengali word for bucket, referring to the wok-like dish in which it is traditionally served.
I'll go for tikka masala.
Biryani.
No, it's Balti. Another starter question. Named after a 19th century German physicist, which law of electromagnetism is mathematically expressed solely by the minus sign in Faraday's law of induction, stated qualitatively...
Loughborough Campion.
Gauss law?
No, and I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Stated qualitatively, it states that an induced current will flow in such a way that it opposes the change in flux that induced it.
Sheffield Mail.
Ohm's law?
No, it's Lenz's law. Another starter question then. The London label PC Music is closely associated with which Scottish musician, who's credited with pioneering the hyperpop...
Sheffield Rujak.
Sophie?
It is Sophie. Your bonuses, Sheffield, are on Eve, the 2019 album by the US rapper Rhapsody, whose 16 tracks are named after inspirational women. In each case, identify the person from the description. First, the Egyptian pharaoh who reigned between 1473 and 1458 BCE. Her name means foremost of noble women, and her achievements include the temple at Deir el-Bahari near Luxor.
Nefertiti. I'd say maybe Nefertiti.
I'll go for Nefertiti.
You both said Hatshepsut. What I said first, female pharaoh. Nefertiti. Nefertiti? Okay.
Nefertiti.
No, it's Hatshepsut. A prominent African-American abolitionist and women's rights activist, in 1851 she gave a speech that became famous for the phrase, "Ain't I a woman?"
Was that Sojourner Truth?
I think it's Sojourner Truth, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nominate Rujak.
Sojourner Truth?
It is Sojourner Truth. Finally, an author and civil rights activist born in St. Louis in Missouri in 1928. The first of her 7 autobiographical works is entitled I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings.
Maya Angelou.
It is Maya Angelou, yes. We've got time left. Let's see if we can get going with this. Saints named Claire, Agnes and Francis are all associated with which town in the Italian region of Umbria?
Sheffield Mail.
Assisi?
It is Assisi, yes. Your bonuses, Sheffield, are questions on UNESCO World Heritage Sites in France. Which major French city is inscribed for its harbour known as Port of the Moon?
Antibes, maybe. Port of the Moon. Honfleur. I don't know. Well, if it's Antibes, it's a port city.
Honfleur.
No, it's Bordeaux. Next, a former capital of the Duchy of Lorraine. Which city is inscribed for its 18th century urban spaces, including the Place Stanislas and the Place d'Alliance?
Nancy is in Lorraine, I think, or Strasbourg, maybe. I don't know. It could be Strasbourg. Strasbourg is... No, I think it's... Is that in Lorraine? I don't know.
Nancy.
Yes, Nancy, yeah. Which city on the River Rhone is inscribed for a historic centre that includes the Papal Palace, Episcopal Ensemble and Bridge?
Avignon,
Yeah,
maybe it's Papal.
Avignon.
It is Avignon, yeah. Let's have a picture starter now. And for your picture starter, you're going to see a still from a film. For 10 points, please give me the name of the film in English.
Sheffield Rujak.
A girl walks home alone at night?
It's correct. That was Anna Lily Amirpour's 2014 film A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, which is cited by the film critic Steve Rose as an example of post-horror, which he defines as films that contain elements of horror while not strictly conforming to the genre. For your bonuses, you will see 3 further images from films described as post-horror. In each case, please give the title of the film. Firstly...
The Lighthouse.
Correct. Secondly...
Christmas. It's not Twilight.
Oh, is that Personal Shopper?
Yeah, it is.
Personal Shopper.
It is Personal Shopper. Finally...
Get Out. Get Out. Yeah. Get Out. Get Out. Get Out.
God, you're into horror, aren't you? Yeah, that's all correct. Another starter question. Caroline of Ansbach exerted great influence in maintaining Robert Walpole as Prime Minister when which king, her husband, acceded to the throne of Great Britain?
Sheffield Male.
George II.
It is George II. Your bonus is Sheffield. 3 questions on the actor and musician Riz Ahmed. In 2021, Ahmed received an Oscar nomination for his role in which film directed by Darius Marder? He played the part of Reuben, a drummer struggling to come to terms with his
Sound of
hearing.
Metal.
Correct. In 2017, Ahmed became the first Muslim to win an Emmy in an acting category. He won the award for his role as Nazir Khan, a student accused of murder in which HBO TV miniseries?
No? Not sure. Pass.
It's The Night Of. Finally, based on a novel by Mohsin Hamid, which 2013 film starred Ahmed as a Pakistani man whose American dream collapses in the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks?
Fundamentalist? That's Mohsin Hamid. Yeah. I mean, any ideas? No. The Reluctant Fundamentalist.
It's correct. 5 minutes to go, another starter question. Appearing in the title of a 1959 paper by Arthur Samuel, an early pioneer of artificial intelligence, what 2-word term refers to a class of computer algorithms that improve through experience with little or no additional...
Loughborough Campion.
Machine learning.
Machine learning is correct. Your bonuses then, Loughborough, are on aptonyms, that is, people whose names may be seen as apt considering what they are known for. First, hailed by the BBC as a charming case of nominative determinism, the president of Nintendo of America, appointed in 2019, shares his surname with which antagonist from the Super Mario game series?
It's Bowser.
It is Bowser.
Yeah.
You know his first name?
Don't know.
It's going to be surname only.
Bowser.
Bowser's good enough, yes, Doug Bowser. Secondly, William Headline was appointed the Washington bureau chief in 1983 for which news network, founded by Ted Turner just 3 years earlier? The company saw significant growth during Headline's 12 years in that position.
So founded in 1980.
Washington Post, BT.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Washington Post.
No, Ted Turner founded CNN. Finally, the aptly named defender Mark DeMann played for which national football team? As of 2022, it is the only national team to have topped the FIFA World Rankings without having ever won the FIFA World Cup or a continental trophy.
Belgium, no.
Yeah.
Belgium.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that gets me every time. Another starter question. What 2-word term describes the conjecture in a statistical test that there is no significant difference between specified populations and that any...
Loughborough Simmons.
Null hypothesis.
Null hypothesis is correct. 3 bonus questions there for you on glass production. When producing silicate glass, adding an oxide of which light metalloid results in a glass with a low coefficient of thermal expansion? Such glass is commonly used in laboratory glassware and for cookware.
It's not lithium.
Well, just a metal, yeah.
Light metalloid, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, something earlier.
Come on.
Lithium.
Lithium?
No, it's boron. Most modern sheet glass is produced by the float glass method, where molten glass is rafted onto a shallow bath of molten metal. Which metal, commonly used for electroplating and in alloys, is most often used in this process?
Zinc.
Zinc.
Zinc
yeah.
or aluminium?
Zinc.
Zinc?
No, it's tin. Adding the oxide of which heavy metal produces glass with a higher refractive index than silicate glass? Thanks to this property, it was formerly used for high-quality table glassware, though toxicity concerns have reduced this usage.
It's going to be lead. What about lead?
Or lead.
Lead?
It is lead. Well done. Let's start the question. Which is the only country through which both the Tropic of Capricorn and the equator pass?
Loughborough Campion.
Brazil.
It is Brazil. 3 questions for you, Loughborough, on mathematics. The Islamic mathematician Al-Karaji is widely credited with the earliest known work on what elementary algebraic theorem relating to the expansion of any expression in the form x plus y raised to a positive integer power n?
Nominate Jones.
Binomial theorem?
Correct. In his work on compound interest, Jacob Bernoulli produced an early approximation of which mathematical constant through applying the binomial theorem to the expression 1
Nominate
plus...
Jones.
E.
Is correct. The coefficients of terms in a binomial expansion may be represented in and derived from a triangular array usually named after which 17th century mathematician?
Nominate Jones.
Pascal.
Pascal is right. Another starter question. The victory of colonial settlers over which ethnic group in the Battle of Blood River in 1838 was originally marked as a religious holiday called Day of the Vow and is now a public holiday called Day of Reconciliation in South Africa?
Loughborough Campion.
Zulu.
Zulu is correct. Your bonuses then, Loughborough, are on classical music. In each case, identify the decade in which all the named works were first performed. First, Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor, Schumann's Spring Symphony, and The Damnation of Faust by Berlioz.
Late 1800s. So.
No, it's earlier, I reckon. 1840s, maybe.
1840s. 1840s.
1840s is correct.
Good one.
Secondly, Ravel's piano version of Les Tombeaux de Couperin, Rachmaninoff's choral symphony, The Bells, and Der Rosenkavalier by Richard Strauss.
Tens. Earlier. 1900s. I'm fine with that. 1890s.
No, 1910s was correct. Finally, Shostakovich's 15th Symphony, Elliott Carter's Symphony of Three Orchestras, and Arvo Päert's Cantus in Memory of Benjamin Britten.
Shostakovich, I reckon 30s. In memory of Britain. 70s?
Yeah, I think so.
No, 1970s.
1970s is correct. Now, the starter question. I need a single-word answer here referring to a material. Using sodium sulfide and sodium hydroxide to separate lignin from cellulose, the Kraft process is an important early step in a commonly used method for the production of what material?
Sheffield Conclave.
Paper.
Paper is correct. Your bonuses then, Sheffield, are 3 questions on literature and writing in 1522. 1522 saw the death of Gavin Douglas, a Scottish poet noted for his verse translation of which major Latin epic poem?
Divine Comedy, right?
No, Latin, so it'd be the Aeneid. The Iliad. Yeah. No, the Iliad would be Greek. Nominate McGough.
Aeneid.
Correct, yes. Which Chinese historical novel first appeared in print in 1522? And at the goal, Loughborough University have 115 and Sheffield have 290. Guys, bad luck. You've got on a wonderful run, but about 20 minutes too late. You kept nearly buzzing in at the beginning and not quite getting there, but if the show had been twice as long, I think you might have won.
We like the bonus questions.
You like the bonus questions. Did you have a good time?
Yeah,
That's great.
Fantastic. Well, we loved having you. Sheffield, wow, 290 is a massive score. That is absolutely amazing. You've got to be pretty pleased with yourselves, right? Well done. That is an absolutely stellar performance and puts you in good position for the next round. I hope you could join us next time for another first round match. But until then, it's goodbye from Loughborough University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Sheffield University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.